What then would you say is the Jewish population of this community of 8,000?
None.
None. So there is no Jewish. You have some Jewish students.
Yes.
But there is no Jewish population.
No.
Coming up the hill, it's sort of segued from Israeli to Arabic. Where does it begin and end?
Oh, I don't understand.
Coming up the road from
From Haifa, but we got lost.
At one point, the signs are in Hebrew, and then it became Arabic.
Not only Arabic.
Not only Arabic, no. Where does this community start? I'm just...
It depends on the authorities. Where from they want to...
I'm asking you.
I don't know. It's not me who decides. I don't think that any sign of the road should be only in Hebrew. It's very unjust. They should be Hebrew Arabic.
Say again.
No sign of roads or public use should be only in Hebrew. It should be in Hebrew and in Arabic. Yeah? But we are happy if they sign the village in Hebrew and in Arabic, because very often they don't put us on the map. You need a very specialized map to find Ibillin on it.
It was difficult for us to find.
It was, yes.
Yeah, truly.
I know.
This makes me suspicious.
Well,
I just, is whatever I can see, Ibillin, is this over here, Ibillin?
this is Ibillin, yes, but it's surrounded with Jewish settlements that they call mitzporim, or observation points.
Oh, yeah?
All the Arab villages in Galilee are surrounded by Jewish posts of observation that started with 10 or 20 houses, but with the years going they became big villages, big towns, and now we are surrounded with beautiful Jews who observe what we do always every day.
And what's the relationship between them and this community?
Well, the relationship is based on the fact that they are sitting on our own confiscated lands. And they decided one day to come and put their houses there. And is the land belongs to you, you can't protest, you got to go to court. But you need a fortune, and you need years till you have any resolution. Meanwhile, the few houses are big villages. Who is the judge who would say, well, approve this Jewish village? It's not Palestinian, it's Jewish. It has some superiority in consideration of the courts.
Well,
so that's it.
When you say that they're for observation, does that imply that the government built them for a specific...
They were built in the famous program, the King program. King was the governor of Galilee in the early 60s. And he has a plan to Judaize Galilee, because there were 56% of the inhabitants of Galilee were Arabs versus 44 Jewish. So he had a master plan to Judaize Galilee. And among the points he wanted to establish were these observation points that in Hebrew they call mitzporim. And they succeeded extremely well in planting these observation points that became villages or kibbutzim or settlements. And the most important among all of these observation points were the two cities of Carmiel and of Ma'alot that now have at least 30 to 40,000 inhabitants. Yeah? But that's our situation.
And does it feel, it sounds like you're living in quite a beleaguered state with...
No, we are living in with many contradictions. Many contradictions. And we have to overcome our own feelings, our own bitterness, to say we can't change that, then we need to see what can we change.
Have things gotten particularly bad in the last couple of years because of the Intifada?
Yeah, surely.
We already hear from several people that this is the worst time for Israel ever. And,
if it's the worst time for Israel, you must imagine it's 3 times worse for the Arabs in Israel.
Yes.
Because they're the first to be affected.
Yes.
Our school here, the cuts they operated are over 5 million shekel. on a small school like that. If that's the cost of the school, how much more would be on other areas? It's tremendous. We are going backwards with the living standard.
Yes.
And that Jews are not protected from that either.
I have to ask you, what is the way out of this dilemma? I know there's no simple way out, or people would take it, surely.
No, there is the way out is extremely simple. But the problem is that men and politicians are extremely complicated.
I see.
And they don't like simple things.
Well, what is the simple way for...
Well, the Jewish people, and rightly so, are asking for compensation for artworks that were hanging in Jewish homes under the Nazi regime.
Yes.
And they got millions of these compensations from the Western world. Okay? The problem is they deny to the Palestinians who have lost their homes, their field, their dignity, their independence, everything, any right of return or of compensation or even of recognition. That cannot be right.
No.
Palestinians are not asking, they are not the Jews, they don't ask for compensation. They're asking just the return of the occupied territories to have a viable independent state side by side with Israel. Without that, there will never be peace or security. Unless the Palestinians, by divine power, decide, we accept to be the slaves, we accept to be the Jews of the Jews, we accept to be the eternal deportees, refugees, no human rights whatsoever. If that would happen, then it's fine, that's a solution.
That's hard to expect or even want that such a thing would happen. That's not, who can ask for that?
Well, Israel is asking for that.